Rohit was a curious boy who lived sitting by the river near his village. Every morning he would watch the gentle water flow with soft ripples. The river seemed alive, whispered stories in its gurgling sound. Rohit often wondered if the river carried secrets no one knew. One bright morning, he saw something unusual floating towards him. It was not a leaf or a branch, it looked like a folded piece of paper. His heart beat faster as he leaned closer to pick it up. The word letter was bent, but words were still visible. It's been with to the one who listened. Rohit realized this was no ordinary letter, it was the river's secret. Rohit carefully opened the letter with trembling hands. The writing was neat, though some words were smuggled by water. It said the river carries messages from those who respect it. The boy's eyes were widened with excitement and curiosity. He never imagined the river could talk in this way. But why was the letter sent to him? Keep the river clean and it will keep your dreams safe, it continued. Rohit felt a shiver down his spine as he read future. This was not just a letter, it was guidance. He folded it back, holding it like a treasure. That evening, Rohit returned with more questions in his heart. He asked the river softly, "Why me?" The water rippled gently as if answering his voice. A cold breeze carried a scene of peace around him. He remembered how children often threw vapors into the river. Maybe the river wanted him to protect it. Rohit realized it was responsibility, not just a secret. He felt proud but also a little nervous. Could a small boy really protect a mighty river? He decided to try no matter what. The next day, Rohit saw children throwing plastic bottles into the river. He quickly ran towards them, waving his hands. "Stop! The river is your friend, not dustbin," he shouted. The children laughed at first, not understanding him, but Rohit showed them the secret letter. Some children were surprised, others became curious. They listened as he explained the river's message. The group fell silent, realized their mistakes. Slowly, they picked up the trash they had thrown. It was the beginning of chance. Word spread quickly across the village, but the secret letter. The elders gathered to listen to Rohit's story. Many were doubtful, but they admired by courage. The old headsman said, "The river has always given us life. If this is true, we must listen and act." People began discussing how to keep the river clean. Some suggested building bins near the river bank. Others offered to organize cleaning drives. The villagers were inspired by Rohit's determination, but the river had given them a new purpose. Days turned into weeks, and the river grew clear. Fish began swimming happily again. The water sparkled like crystal under the sun. Children played by the banks without fear or doubt. Farmers noticed their crops growing healthier too. The river's blessings were slowly returned. Rohit watched all this with pride in his heart. The letter had truly changed their lives. He often wondered if the river was smiling at them. For the first time, the river felt alive to all. One evening, Rohit sat quiet by the river again. He felt the cool water touch his feet gently. Suddenly, another letter floated towards him. This time, the paper was brightly glowing faintly. He picked it up, heart beating fast with excitement. The letter said, "You kept the promise, thank you." Rohit's eyes filled with tears of joy. It was proof that the river truly spoke to him. He whispered, I will always protect you. The river's ripples glowed with softly as if nodding. The next morning, villagers gathered for a river festival. They decorated the banks with flowers and lamps. Children sang songs of the nature and rest. Elders prayed for the river's blessings. Everyone felt the river's spirit watching over them. Rohit stood with his friends feeling proud. The festival was not just a celebration, it was a promise. A promise to care for the river forever. Laughter, song, and joy filled the air. The river glistered like it was smiling back at them. Rohit's story spreads to nearby villages too. People came to see the river that speak. They were amazed by its purity and glow. Some brought their children to learn respect for nature. Rohit proudly shared the message of letter. It's not just a story, it's a responsibility, he said. Children clapped and cheered at his work. The river had unity village with one voice, the voice of care, gratitude, and love. And it all started with one boy who listened. As the seasons passed, the river flourished. Its water gave life to field, animals, and people. The village thrived in harmony with nature. Rohit still visited the river every day. He no longer needed letters to understand it. The river spoke it its ripples, it glowed its peace. He had grown stronger, wiser, kinder, but deep inside he was still the same curious boy. The river was no longer a secret, it was familiar, and it promised would lie forever. The river's secret letters was more the words, it was wisdom. It taught the people that nature speaks if they listen carefully. Rohit shouted that even a small children can spark change. The greatest responsibility is to protect what gives us life. Respecting nature is respecting ourselves. Every river, tree, and cloud has a story to tell. And when we carry the blessed us in return, the river's promise was simple protect me, and I will protect you. That is the bond between humans and nature, a bond we must never break.